Hello guys and welcome to the Dad Bod vlog. Today we're going to talk about my top 10 running tips for beginners. I'm not a running coach. I've got a little bit of experience in running, just like this here. Just to give me a little tiny bit of credibility, this was a little tiny bit of credibility. This is from the Run Aintree half marathon back in 2019. You can check that race out on the Strava if you're really bothered about what it was like. But yeah, top 10 tips. Number 1, believe in yourself. If you sat around and you want to start running, or you want to at least get off the couch, or even if you are a runner and you want to go a bit further or you want to get a bit faster, believe in yourself, because whether you believe it or not, you can actually achieve what you put your mind to when it comes to running. And I think, without tooting my own horn, I'm a perfect example about that, because probably 12 months prior to that half marathon, there was no way, probably 6 months before that half marathon, there was no way in my mind I could do it until I actually started to believe, once I started getting out there and actually training. So yeah, number 1, believe, and believe in yourself. Number 2, set goals and be realistic. I find it helps to motivate me to run, to sign up for a race. So if there's always a 10k or whatever it might be in the back of my mind that I've got to train for, then it motivates me to actually go out training, because at the end of the day you want to feel good on race day and crossing the finish line and getting your medal and feeling like you've really achieved something that you've trained for. So it could be something as little as setting up to do a couch to 5k. I know they're really, really good then. I personally didn't do that. I just put my shoes on and went running one day. That's how I started. But yeah, set goals, be realistic, and then once you've achieved that goal, move the goalpost and try to achieve something else. Number 3, invest in some proper gear and equipment, especially if you're going to start running the sort of 10k and past that. When I started, I had really I actually don't think I've ever bought any of my own training gear, truth be told. Honestly, it's all birthday presents and Christmas presents. And the very first pair of trainers I got to go running in, a shop called Reichman in Warrington was opening a shoe shop, and the first 30 customers got a £30 voucher for a pair of shoes. Me being me, I had running in mind, got myself a pair of running shoes, and they were alright, 30 quid's worth. Obviously don't go out and spend money that you can't afford, but you can. The difference between a cheaper pair or a pair that suits you more than a cheaper pair, should I say, because you could probably get a £200 pair of shoes that don't really suit you. But yeah, I can't stress, better shoes, you're not going to lose as many toenails, you're not going to get as many blisters, and it's just going to be a bit more of a pleasure to run. Headphones, to be fair, I only use cheapo headphones out of B&M because simply I'll ruin them. So yeah, that's my own rule. But running belts, things like that, my sister bought me a running belt, Rachel, thanks for that. I still use it every time I go running. Keep your car key in it, keep your door key in it, keep some jelly babies in for them long runs. Yeah, really, really, really good. Tip number 4, join running communities, or get involved in communities online or Facebook groups. And I think the best one is Park Run, because it gives you a real feel for race day if you want to join up for races. I think people who do start running do tend to want to go a bit further and start races. So Park Run's really, really good because it has that race feel, and it's so inclusive. And to be fair, that's one thing I found about the running community. It is really, really inclusive. You've got people who are, avid runners who've been running for years, and you look at their Strava and you go, "Flaming hell, they're elite," and they're really, really good. But they support you, or I find they do anyway. Not just me, they support other people, and think Strava's a really good community. It almost seems like everybody gets a pat on the back, and I feel like one kudos on Strava is worth 100 likes on Facebook or Twitter. So yeah, Facebook groups and YouTube content such as this. Yeah, I might not be the most credible coach or the credible source. I can only tell you off like my experience, but there is so much online. There's so many good. The running channel, I like to watch them. They're really good. Search them on YouTube. They're really fantastic at what they do, and they kind of seem to put like a lot of fun into running. So yeah, that is amazing. And speaking of them, leading into tip number 5, never compare yourself to any other runner. One of the running channel's favourite sayings is, comparison is the thief of joy, and they're absolutely right. There's no point going on Strava and going, oh my god, look at, you know, so and so, and they can run that far and I can't, or they can run this distance in this time and I can't. It doesn't matter. It's your journey, it's your race, it's your training, and if anything, use that to inspire you. Don't be comparing yourself. It doesn't matter. Not everybody else matters when it comes to running, because more often than not, when you're out on them bricks, you're on your own, and I can't stress it enough. Don't get yourself down just because somebody you think you should be running faster or further or better than is doing better than you, in your opinion. Yeah. Number 6, cut out the rubbish. And what I mean by that is the party and the late nights, and that's, you know, guilty over here. Who knows me? Knows and parcel to a beverage. However, with that being said, cut it out. Like, I did a park run. I'll probably put it. It'll be in one of my videos where I was just absolutely hungover, and it's just not fun. You know, running's supposed to be fun, and when you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to, you know, have a bit of success in the race you've signed up for, or do you want to go out partying? So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, especially when you start to get around about my age, the tender age of like 33, and you can't deal with them hangovers anymore. Like, they're gone. Tip number 7, work training around your life and don't miss runs. Map your week out. Yeah, it sounds very easy to say, and you know, we all have jobs and we all have commitments and we all have things we need to attend to, kids, work, whatever it is, and sometimes it can't be helped. You know, if you've got a 10k or a 15-mile run planned in for a Saturday afternoon, and all of a sudden you're called into work, or you know your kids are ill, or there's just something, adult life, whatever happens, and you have to adapt and think on the fly. And if it means that night you have to, you know, finish up your commitments, and then if you've got your 2-3 hours that night, then you go that night, and it's as simple as that. Especially if you're training towards something. But yeah, just make sure you get your runs in and work your life around it. Sit down on a Sunday night, and then you know, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know your commitments and you know what you're doing. Tip number 8, seek advice. There's no shame in asking more experienced runners, or anybody for that matter, their opinion on running, as long as your source is kind of credible. I know that's a bit of a grey area, but like I said, this goes back to watching YouTube videos, or having a, you know, going to park run, meeting people, and just generally striking up conversation with people, and just asking for advice, and probably joining a running club. Personally, I've never joined a running club per se. Maybe if I had a little bit more time, I probably would, but I like to go running in my own time, and a lot of the time I like to be on my own doing. That's just personal preference. But then number 9, which takes me to number 9, is find what works for you. Yeah, I remember when I started, do some fartlek training, which I get it, yeah, it's a very popular method, and it is, I guess it is good, but for me it just didn't work. If you don't know what fartleking is, it's fartlek training like sprint to a lamppost, jog one, or perhaps walk to the next lamppost and walk, jog to the next one. And you kind of get the idea. It's where you're walking and you're jogging, or you're jogging and you're sprinting. That's basically what fartleking is, and it just did not work for me. I just found it a lot more enjoyable and a lot more pleasant just to keep running at my own pace. So yeah, and number 10, just enjoy it. It is what it is. Like, you shouldn't be doing it if you're not enjoying it. Find something else to do, or find out why you're not enjoying it and then make it fun, because why do we do it at the end of the day? I mean, we push ourselves and we get tired and we get fatigued and we want to go home and put our feet up when the rain's smashing in your face or it's dead windy. But the enjoyment comes when you're crossing the finish line and you're getting a medal and everyone's patting you on the back and saying well done, and you get that sense of achievement. And to me, as a hobby goes, there's not that much better than that, really. It's great, I love it. So there you have it, there's my top 10 running tips for beginners. If you like my video, put a thumbs up. Please click subscribe, and if you want to have notifications for any future videos, click my bell. And if you want to put me right by any of my suggestions, comment below, or if you have any suggestions of any videos you want to see me do in the future, comment. Yeah, catch you on the bricks.
No titties! No titties! Your titties are nice!